Hello, my name is Daniel Duval, and I'm going to discuss the Heidi Roizen case study. In my discussion, I will give a brief overview of Heidi's career and how her network has evolved and strengthened over her illustrious career. I'll primarily be using concepts that I've learned from the Give and Take book by Adam Grant and articles harnessing the science of persuasion and how to build your network. Heidi's first experience of networking was when she reached out to a friend for assistance with the open position at Tandem. According to Adam Grant's video, Givers, Takers, Matchers, successful givers are willing to ask for help, a theme also reflected in his LinkedIn post. How to become productively generous. There were 60 applicants, but luckily for Heidi, her friend provided the phone number of the woman who was in charge of the hiring process. Heidi called the woman, and an instant rapport was established between the two. Soon afterwards, Heidi was hired for that open position. While at Tandem, the first stage of her career, her role as editor of the company newsletter allowed Heidi to be invited into the monthly top management meetings. Heidi took these meetings as opportunities to meet and mingle with senior management members in order to develop lasting professional relationships within her network. She eventually befriended Tandem's CEO, who, when asked, provided a letter of recommendation for Heidi when she decided to pursue her graduate degree in business. Upon graduation, Heidi makes a concerted effort to work with her brother. Her brother was a computer programmer who had written a software program called TeamMaker. Heidi decided that she wanted the business built around TeamMaker to be successful on its own merits, without financial backing from outside equity or bank loans. To remain competitive, she built relationships with members of the press, requesting them to try the product out and to write about their experiences in their publications. Having discovered just how beneficial networking can be, Heidi joined multiple technology-oriented groups such as Software Entrepreneurs Forum and Software Publishers Association. As mentioned in the How to Build Your Network article, a good network will forge better connections by pursuing shared activities. Whether she knew the benefits or not of joining these groups, she benefited from forging new professional relationships from these shared activities with a diversified group of others. Heidi eventually sold the TeamMaker company to Deluxe Corporation and stayed on as CEO for an additional 2 years. Eventually, she left Deluxe Corporation to join Apple as Vice President of Worldwide Developers Relations. During this time, Apple had lost significant market share and were looking to revamp its image and provide confidence back to the developer community. Apple hiring Roizen provided a tethered connection to the developer community in which Apple hoped to exploit to turn around its failing image. Heidi used her connections that she had gathered over the years to call in favors on behalf of Apple. She asked members of her network to trust Apple and was successful in getting many of them to commit, which eventually inspired a Wall Street Journal ad with news clippings from each of the software CEOs who had committed to reaching an agreement, many of which hadn't spoken with her in years. Many of these relationships were dormant ties, a concept introduced in Give and Take, people that Heidi had worked with in the past but had fallen out of contact with. In the book, it states that reactivating a dormant tie can be easy since a relationship and trust has already been previously established. Heidi claims that there are 3 things that are pivotal to building and maintaining a network. First is accessibility to people, a theme mirrored in the article How to Build Your Network, in which access to a diverse array of skill sets offers a unique advantage. Second is performance, meaning responsiveness to a person's needs or wants. And lastly, consistency, consistent actions with every interaction. Consistency is actually one of the 6 basic laws of winning friends and influencing people. Heidi left Apple and decided to work as a mentor capitalist. She used her experience, skills, and network to assist startup companies that needed help with the beginning phases of its growth. In this position, she was able to leverage her network and recruit people for key positions within these startup companies. Within this role, her network was her number 1 asset, a position built exclusively around networking. Reciprocity was important to Heidi. She wanted to ensure that both parties benefited from these introductions, another fundamental principle of winning friends and influencing people. In the article How to Build Your Network, it mentions how to diagnose your network. One common issue with a network is the self-similarity principle. When there are just too many similarities, that it creates a restrictive access to other networks and information occurs. Heidi found herself experiencing just that when she was being typecast to desktop software and operating system industries. She wanted to branch out, so she joined SoftBank Venture Capital. She discovered that one of the downsides of a large network is that oftentimes she must say no. A successful giver must refrain from being a doormat or selfless giver, as labeled in Give and Take, and understand that being a giver doesn't necessarily align with having to be nice. Takers are selfish, unsuccessful givers are selfless, but successful givers are otherish, meaning giving while at the same time maintaining self-interest. She exhibited such otherish qualities by wanting mutually beneficial relationships to arise from her networks to benefit the companies that were also part of her portfolio. Heidi was able to build a powerful network by being likable, a fundamental principle of winning friends and influencing people, as evidenced by her frequent social gatherings and comments made by former colleagues within the case study. Of the six basic laws of influencing people, I believe she excelled at liking, reciprocity, consistency, and authority. Although not previously mentioned, she exhibited authority by being an expert in her given field, networker of high-tech professional relationships. She continuously looked for ways to forge better connections by sitting on boards, joining groups, and participating in forums, and building professional relationships with people who have diverse skill sets. She understood that productive giving was not about being nice, but by sometimes offering tough love. She would respond to many of the companies requesting venture capital with constructive feedback, even if the answer was no. All in all, Heidi Roizen was the epitome of a successful giver who used her own strengths to build a large and competent network. Thank you.